Okay, so now we're live, I guess. My bad on that. Fortunately, you caught it sooner. Royalty per cup. So like variable costs is like 12, direct cost is 12 cents per cup, and
Right.
then 2 cents per cup for the processing. So cost is like 14 cents per cup. And if we're getting 25 cents per cup from the distributor, that means there's only like 11 cents to be made.
Right.
So I mean, some way either like Keurig
Mhm.
has got to either pay for variable costs, and then we only pay like a 5 cent royalty or something. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. So I'd say we'll accept basically a 5 cent royalty if you guys pay for the packaging lines, but if you don't, if
Yeah,
we pay for the packaging lines, then we'll take, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 11. 12 and a half is probably a little steep.
yeah, okay. And I think 5 cents. That's kind of what I was thinking. Originally, I was thinking 4 cents, but looking at like the profits that could be made there, I think 5 cents is pretty fair.
Okay. That works for.
Which 5 cents, because in the investments it says a packaging line can produce 1,500 brewers. At 1,500 brewers, the distributors can sell 34 cups per brewer per day. So 34 times 1,500 times 250 working days is 12.75 million cups that could be sold. And if, like for us, we're making 5 cents per cup,
Mhm.
that's 637,000, and packaging line cost is 700,000.
Right.
So that we're like right there, we're losing money.
Right.
Um, so 5 cents isn't gonna work, man. I'm sorry. um, oh wait, no, but we would be making 6 cents though. Just kidding.
Well, let's see. So if you're getting 25 cents, right? Is that how it?
Yeah,
So 25 cents, um, and we take five, so you should be at 20, I think.
20 cents minus the variable costs,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So 20 minus 12, so or minus 14, so we're making 6 cents per cup. Um, which that can, oh shoot, I messed up. So 1,500 brewers, if they can sell that much, times 34 cups per brewer per day, times 250 days. Yeah, so 12.75 million times 6 cents is 765,000. So at that point, we're making 65,000.
Okay. So does
Which,
5 cents work then?
yeah,
Or
I mean, I mean, obviously we want to make more, but I think that can work. I mean, we're making more of a profit than you guys are, but we're also paying
doing more? Yeah.
doing the whole distribution costs. Um, what do you think, Luis?
I'm following you guys.
Okay. Um, but I'm also looking at like working capital costs is 10% of incremental revenue. Um, so that's going to be even more costs too. Maybe 5 cents won't work. Because incremental revenue from distributors, so 25 cents.
Where's that one at?
So under Exhibit 3A, under investments
All right.
for
Okay.
roasters, the second bullet point.
Oh yeah, I didn't
And
see.
so if it's 10% of revenue from distributors and we're making 25, if revenue is 25 cents per cup times 1,500 brewers times 34 cups per day times 250 working days per year, that's $3.187 million times 10%. So we're paying another 318,000 in working capital plus 700,000. So our costs are 1 million basically.
How much did you say it was before, without that? It was 635,000, wasn't it? Something like that. With how much you were before
Yeah.
the cap.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we'll definitely need a lower.
We may need to pay like a royalty of like 3 cents per cup.
That works. I mean, 3 cents. Yeah, 3 cents is fine.
Yeah, because at 3 cents per cup, that means we're making. How much are we making? We're making 8 cents per cup. Yeah, that puts us at a 1 million mark. So at that point, we're probably breaking even, making a little bit of profit. Which I think that's okay to kind of go off of for maybe a first year and then look at some other things later on.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, maybe we just need to up it to like 30 cents for our distributors, but
Yeah, that's true.
so 4 cents or 3 cents? 3 cents.
3 cents.
Cool. Got an agreement there. And the next bullet point was, oh shoot, my laptop's gonna die. Will you grab my charger in the backpack? Mm-hmm. Thanks. What's the next bullet point again? I'm trying to find it.
What if GMCR wants exclusivity?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we want it, Kevin.
3 cents.
Or what it like we want exclusivity.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. You kind of cut out there a little bit.
So, hold on one sec. Well, so the thing that I came up with. So the only way this would happen, I guess, is if we had because the problem is it'd be making you our only customer, right?
Yeah.
So the problem is then we'd only have that small royalty fee of 3 cents per cup, which wouldn't be a lot of money for us. And at that point, I'd almost just say either pursue somebody else or just like sell it ourselves, because we technically have the Keurig machine, I think.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense. Obviously, we want to be the only people with your product, but I mean, if we have to let other people, if we don't get the exclusivity, it's not going to kill us either. So, might as well have tried, right?
Yeah, because the only problem is that I see with this is if you're our only customer or our only basically way of selling these cups, then we're only getting 3 cents per. Like, we're not making a lot of money. Basically.
Yeah, which I figured. I mean, because there's 12.75 million cups being sold per year. And if that's the case and you're only making 3 cents, then you guys are pulling in like not even 400,000 in revenue a year, which isn't a whole lot for the amount, like the size of the company and investments that have taken place. So, yeah, all right. I guess we don't have to do exclusivity.
Right.
And I think also like if we don't, I mean, just the fact that we're the first guys to have it out there, we'll have a large portion of the market still. So,
and you'll be kind of like, you'll be the first one known to have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Do you agree with that, Luis?
Yes, because we want equity, aren't we?
Yeah. Equity would always be nice in the company.
So my thing with the equity one was, so if you guys wanted to invest money, like as a side deal, then we would discuss like an equity agreement. But if it's just a licensing agreement, then probably no, just because at the end of the day, that would be like a business deal. Like we wouldn't, if we went to another coffee company after this one and, did an agreement with them, we couldn't just give up equity for every person we did. Now, you guys would technically be the first ones, and maybe to like entice you guys to partner, because obviously the case mentioned that they really need these people to like start off. So I guess we could probably give up some equity because you're like the first partner. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and not only like are we your first partner, we also took part in like the whole research and development as well.
Yeah.
And I felt like we've been with you guys every step of the way. So I think a small equity portion isn't unreasonable.
Yeah, it works.
Like 30%.
Straight to the neck.
30%, but it can be diluted.
I mean, I don't know. Like, as for like an equity standpoint, I'm not sure if like anywhere between 5 to 10% is a good reasonable amount in equity for your company.
Yeah, I mean 10% works. We could do something like 10%. It can be diluted down to, but only to a minimum amount of like 7% or something like that, just for potential future investors.
Yeah, I think that's a great deal. And
Right.
I feel like that just like gives us like a little bit of an edge as well.
Yeah.
And it still leaves things very open for you guys being able to make money. Gets us out in the market first, and we can make a lot of money with it too. So I think it's worth it.
Sounds good.
Cool. So does that cover the negotiations?
I think so. I mean, those were the only questions that we were.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah. So with equity, you're 10% with it not being diluted less than 7.
Yeah.
After like further investment rounds.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that works for us too. I think, right? I don't know what your point is on that, Luis. Luis, I think you're muted. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Luis. Luis, we can't hear you because you're muted. Shoot. Maybe he's talking to us. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe talking to somebody else.
Maybe. He's a bishop. He's got phone calls at times, maybe. I guess we might as well just jump right into the questions then.
All right.
So the first one, what happened in your negotiations? What was the tone of your negotiations? I feel like it was just pretty loose.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of us were.
Yeah, it wasn't very argumentative. So.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us were really going for the neck other than that 30% equity.
Yeah.
And then the next one, what actions did your counterparty take that were particularly effective?
Well, I guess Kevin was very aware of the numbers, and he knows that he knows what he wanted, and he was firm in his decisions. No, he was prepared to negotiate.
Yeah. And I think it was important, like when it came to the point about exclusivity that you made it pretty like a big deal that if we were your only source of income, that it wasn't really going to work for you guys. And you said you could just do it on your own or go somewhere else. And that's like, oh, wait, hold on. We want you. Grab them by the neck, come back.
At the end, that's what it happened. I don't know if you take a look of the companies right now. And Green Mountain is a huge company.
Mhm.
They are big. I wasn't so familiar with them. Well, we don't drink coffee, so why we should know. But they are huge. They're even working with Coca-Cola right now and with Dr. Pepper, creating the cups, and you can make your own soft drink at home.
Oh wow,
That's crazy.
It's amazing.
That would actually be really cool.
They bought the company, Kruig company, after, in 2000 something, and they were buying first 50%, then the 30%, then the 42%, and then bought everything. And they are huge. I was surprised because I haven't seen them too much here in Mexico, but that surprises me that they have a machine to make your own soft drink at home. Amazing.
Really cool.
I better turn that down so my wife doesn't hear that because she likes her Coke.
And they have also a partnership with Dr. Pepper. So,
oh wow,
two different companies of soft drinks, very popular.
Yeah. Wow.
Amazing.
All right.
So for you guys, I thought it was really good. You obviously knew your numbers, so you knew what royalty amount you would need to accept and the amount that you would be given. And then with the equity, you made a great point. You guys are going to be the first. You've been really involved with the R&D process, and so far it seems almost like a really good partnership. And so an equity agreement would be smart at this point.
Perfect. Plus, we don't really know how much we're going to be making. I mean, we'll probably be making a little bit, but it's going to be close to breaking even too. So I think that equity makes it really good deal. So did you walk through a per cup economic analysis? Yeah. What major points of disagreement did you encounter? I think just the main thing was the royalty per cup.
Yeah, that's it.
And I was just trying to figure out what worked for both of us.
The exclusivity was the other one.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was the other disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that was really it, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
And how important is this negotiation to Keurig? What is at the stake?
I feel like for Keurig, it's pretty important. I mean, they might have other deals that they could strike with other roasters out there, but at the same time, it doesn't say anywhere in the case that they've been in contact with these other companies, and they know that this company has like a pretty good track record. They have a good influence in the market, so I feel like it's something they definitely want to make happen.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of like what you said. There's nobody else that's really spoken to about it. So, yeah, at this point, and we're so new to the game, we definitely need as many people involved. So,
yeah,
I think it's huge for growth.
Yeah, I think it's fundamental for them because they come from a failure with Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
they realize that the product is not so fast, but it can work really really good in an office or at home, and that's what they are looking for. So that's the market that they want to attack. Also, they want to be in supermarkets and places like those. But this is fundamental for them to get a deal with Green Mountain.
And actually, so I looked, and I guess Dunkin' Donuts, I think they ended up later on. Way up
Yeah,
there.
but it was after Green Mountain bought the
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, this is like way later, but they struck a deal.
Interesting. So the next one, how did you view Keurig's position? Is that kind of, do you get like, I'm trying to like understand that question fully. Is that like referring to just like their position financially and with their product right now, or?
I think we kind of already covered that a little bit. Like we said, Keurig's fairly new, has struggled a little bit in the past, so this is like kind of a huge opportunity that needs to go through. And so I guess that was kind of what I got from that question. Right now, Keurig's in a position where they need GMCR more than GMCR needs Keurig.
But
Yeah.
also for some reason, it is a good symbiosis about them. They have I mean, somehow they're made for each other. Because for GMCR, it's something that is going to revolution their market also.
I agree.
I mean, it's a pretty good deal for them to acquire that technology.
Yeah, and it also said that GMCR was trying to tap into like a new market segment, kinda. I'm trying to remember. And this would really allow them to do that as well. So I feel like it's a really good opportunity for GMCR as well.
Yes.
To grow their company. So the third bullet point, what is the maximum value that should be shared between GMCR and Keurig? Well, pretty much the maximum value is the 11 cents that's going to be being made per cup. And I mean, 11 cents times 12.75 million.
It's a lot of money.
$140 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I did that right.
I could
Oh wait, I think I did that wrong actually. Point. Yeah, so 1.4 million. That's what it is. Not 140. I was off 2 decimal points there.
That sounds right.
I was like, that can't be right. But I mean, for the first year, like launching that, if they could get that would be pretty dang good.
I agree.
Plus, like, I mean, value, I feel like that's kind of a vague word at the same time. And it allows both companies to grow in a market segment that's pretty competitive, I feel like, at the same time. So it says, how much does Keurig earn under True North?
I don't really know this amount. I didn't see anything. There's like an income statement for GMCR.
I think the easiest way to do this one is to go to Exhibit 3B, and then you just figure out exactly how much they'll be earning through True North product.
It's not easier in the statement. The income statement.
What was that, Luis?
Exhibit number 4, the income statement.
Yeah, that one's for GMCR.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If we just look at 3B though, we can tell like how much they'll be making, because we can see their cost is like 13 cents per cup and then 6 cents per cup. So like their cost right there per cup is 19 cents per cup. So they're only making 6 cents per cup. But then they're also making $500 per brewer as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they can make 1,500 brewers. So that's kind of the same amount of money that GMCR would be making, which was like 1.4 million. But their costs are right around that. But they're going to be making $500 per brewer, and they can make 1,500 brewers. So 500 times 1,500 brewers. I mean, right there, they're making another $750,000.
Yeah.
But that's if they can get 1,500 brewers out in the market. I feel like that's going to be a difficult task for them, not having an important or a big-time coffee producer out there doing it for them.
Yeah, I mean, getting to 1,500 would probably take more than a year, definitely.
Yeah, I think so too. So, I mean, that's a difficult question because we don't really know like how much they could sell. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, even if they sold 750, they would still be making a profit, but I think they're still going to be making more doing it through a roaster and distributor process rather than just going straight to the distributor.
Yeah, that's what I put for prep work.
Yeah.
It'd be better to just go with roasters or one with bigger companies.
Plus, it's less to manage too.
Yeah, it's way easier.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys watch Shark Tank at all, but
I love Shark Tank, dude.
Yeah, like a lot of their decisions, especially with Kevin O'Leary, is always like just go with a royalty or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. It makes it easier on them.
Yeah.
Way easier, especially because I feel like a lot of those people on Shark Tank too, like, don't know what the heck they're talking about or don't know how to run a business.
Yeah.
And some of them actually have come out with a decent product, but don't know a thing about running a business.
Yeah.
And they made a common mistake. They over-evaluate their own companies.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Big time.
They overestimate their companies and they ask for too much, and the sharks don't like that.
I always love that.
It's awesome.
Made like $1,000, but in 2 years they're projected to be a $20 million company.
Right? I'm like, where does that come from? I haven't actually watched that in a couple months. I need to watch that again. I love watching it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows.
So what is GMCR's walk away? Or no, what is Keurig's walk away? Well, I think we kind of talked about that. And what is GMCR's walk away? Like how much they're both going to be making.
Yeah.
And GMCR is going to get 10% equity that can be diluted down to 7%. So I feel like it's pretty fair.
Yeah, I agree.
And then how did you get those values? Well, the 10% we just kind of negotiated, but as for like the profits that we're going to be making, we just use like the cost per cup and the amount of revenue they'll get per cup and just figure out how many they can distribute.
Sorry, I got lost. How much is the walk away?
So the walk, I kind of just figured it out real fast. If they can, for GMCR, if they can get 1,500 brewers out there, let me go back up to it real quick. And if they're making 6 cents per cup, so 6 cents. No, they're going to make 8 cents per cup. that right? Yeah. 8 cents per cup times 1,500 brewers times 34 per day times 250 days. That's $1.02 million. Minus like minus the 700,000 for the packaging line. So they're making like $300,000 when all this is said and done. Hopefully. If that, and that's all if they can get 1,500 units out there. So I think the biggest point for GMCR is that they're getting this new product out to the market, and it will probably help their traditional coffee sale. And then they can also tap into a new market, plus they're getting equity in Keurig. So I think that's their takeaway. And then what is the Zupa? Which I had to look up what that was. I had no idea.
I looked it up and it said it was a soup. So that's.
Yeah, that's what I found first. But then I found that it's a definition of negotiation, meaning discussion aimed at reaching an agreement, the action or process of transferring legal ownership of a document. So I think it's just like the negotiations we had, the terms of our negotiations. I think that's all it was. All that is asking.
Essentially, we get a 3% royalty on each cup. You guys get 10% equity that can be diluted down to 7% if we get new investors.
And we have to take care of the whole processing of the cups.
All right.
Cool. And then how big of a deal is exclusivity to both parties?
It's a bigger deal for us.
Yeah, way bigger deal for you. I mean, for GMCR, really, it's not going to kill us if we aren't exclusive with you guys. And we're still getting the benefit of being the first ones out there and getting equity within the company. So.
Yeah, so I guess it would end up, if you have equity in it, then it would kind of benefit you. Just because if we're successful, then you guys get money too.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're not supposed to mention it in the negotiations, I think, but I think it's fine now. Like our document that we had to read, it even said like exclusivity would be nice, but at the same time, it could also help us because it's just going to grow the product of like the 1-cup coffee makers.
One thing that I didn't see, guys, is that GMCR is asking for equity from Keurig, but Keurig is not negotiating some kind of equity too. I mean, I give you some part of my equity, but I receive some part of yours. No, that I think that will be fair.
Yeah.
And in that way, we could think about an exclusivity. Because we both companies are part of both companies. I mean, we own part of yours, and you own part of mine. No? So that create a I don't know a better. I'm forgetting the word. Well, maybe the deal is fair. Is more fair that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel that I have part of your company and you have part of mine. So then we can think about exclusivity.
Right. And I'd probably take a smaller equity amount from you guys.
Yeah.
Based on
maybe not the same amount, but some part and some part. No.
Yeah.
Probably I mean, if we would do that, I would think it would be closer to probably like 2 or 3% is all, just because like we're a large company already.
Yeah.
And And we're already growing, and we have a somewhat proven track record. So,
Right.
Yeah. And then how big of okay, so then the last one, have we captured a complete picture of both parties' interests?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think we did well.
Yeah. I think it went pretty well too.
Trying to wear their shoes.
Yeah.
No?
So I guess we can do a quick summary. Kind of maybe we should just kind of go over what the takeaways are and what the agreement was for both sides.
Yeah, we probably don't need to go over every question again.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, we decided that we were going to pay a royalty of, what do we say again?
So we take a 3 cent. So
Yeah.
Greg takes 3 cents.
The DMCR is going to pay a royalty to Keurig. Is that right? Yes, right?
Yeah, 3 cents per cup.
Okay. And you guys cover the packaging line. So GMCR covers packaging lines.
Yep.
But GMCR won't have exclusivity. And GMCR will receive 10% equity. That can be diluted down to 7% if future investors are getting into the company.
Yeah, I think that sounds really good. And we gathered our calculations, or our number takeaways from Exhibit 3B, how it has all the cents per cup and cost per cup and variable costs and all that kind of stuff. So
all the analysis was the economic analysis was per cup.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that covers it all, unless we need to cover one more thing. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Sounds great, guys. So we just have one case next week, right? Are we still meeting next week, even though it's the last week?
I haven't checked it out yet.
Okay, I haven't even looked yet either.
We can be in touch through.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you guys next week then.
Okay, have fun. Thank you.
Okay, see you later.